Good morning, everybody. Silas back again today. We're back out here at this farm cleanup. It's a cold one out today. It's a lot colder today than it was yesterday. Yesterday got up into, I believe, almost 60. And this morning when I got out here, it was 14 degrees. So it cooled down a lot. But it's still a pretty warm December. I actually thought this is one of the warmest Decembers ever, which it kind of is. But I don't remember, other than one time when I was a kid, we had a really warm December that I remember. So I was looking online this morning. I thought maybe we set a record this year, and not even close. Actually, we had some of the warmest Decembers on record, or actually all of the warmest Decembers on record happened in the late 1800s and early 1900s, over 100 years ago. So compared to those, this has actually been fairly cool, but compared to most winters in recent memory, this has been a very warm December. So they're saying it's supposed to drop down cold though, and it's going to be a freezing cold January, which is about normal. January and February are always the coldest months around here. The loader's warming up. What he's doing now is he's just gathering up all the stuff that we're keeping. There's some tools and some old cans and just odds and ends neat stuff. And we got a horse trough over there. He's stacking all that stuff in. And then all the copper and brass and batteries, electric motors, that type of stuff, we're going to throw in my truck, get all that gathered up. That way it's not just laying around on the ground, because it is supposed to snow in a couple days and we don't want it to get buried in the snow. Once the loader gets warmed up, we'll probably come over here to this door here and start cleaning out all this junk in this opening. And there's a little bit of stuff around on this side as well. Not a whole lot. So we'll kind of get this cleaned up. We'll definitely be able to get this building done today. And then we'll probably start working on some of the junk that's laying around this building. I'm in here now just kind of stacking trash up in piles. That way we can get to all this steel down here. There's quite a bit of steel down here, big long pieces. And I don't even know what all's down here, but quite a bit of stuff. Then over here we got a whole pile of big engine parts. I think they're international, it looks like. Some big old heads, some big electric motors, big old bell housing. There's a lot of heavy weight right here. Then beyond this, I don't believe there's any more scrap back here. This is all furniture here. They're keeping all that. There's a little bit of scrap back here in that room there, but we'll get that when we go around to the back side of the building probably. And then whatever was over there in that room. Oh, that was some work there. That must have been his prepared iron pile, because it just kept going down and down and down into the ground. But we got it all out of there. This is going to stay with the farm. There's no way getting that off that tree, not without cutting the tree down. And it ain't worth that much effort. That barrel's full of something, I don't know what. We got all this wire in there. There was a bunch of junk over there Jason picked up, threw in there. I think this is probably going to be our heaviest roll-off container yet. And we still have probably at least a third of it to fill. So I'm gonna make a path around the building now with the loader. That way I can get around. There's some more junk over there on the other side. I'm gonna have to move some trees and whatnot though to get to it. We'll get that cleaned up and then we'll see what's next on the radar. we're getting it done. I'll go dump this stuff in the dumpster. I got some more long stuff we drug out of the other building I'll scoop up. We've got one full building of stuff. It's just a small building though, but it's more buckets of bolts. And then we've got 2 more buildings that have just a little bit in them. And then we've got that trailer house over there, has a little bit in it, and there's a bunch of stuff back in the trees. I made it back in here. There's not a whole lot in here. There's one homemade log splitter piece of iron here. I'll grab that with the loader. And then there's one more piece out back that I'm gonna go grab now. Other than that, I don't think there's a whole lot in this little avenue here, although it is really pretty in here. I like this open driveway type thing. And these big old panels were hiding down in the weeds. I didn't even see them at first, but drug those out. We'll put those up on top of this dumpster. I think I can get that log splitter in there, or maybe a little bit more, and this will be full. I'll let him know that it's full. Hopefully he'll show up as fast as he did last time. Now that's a log splitter right there. Most overkill log splitter I've ever seen. I'm sure it was splitting those logs. Of course, they may never even got it hooked up. They may have made it and never used it. Or they may have used it a few times. I don't know. Hard telling. While I wait for him to come get that dumpster, I figured I might as well come back here and grab this out. I just got to take out one tree here, and then I should be able to grab a hold of it and wiggle it out. I cleared out a path through the trees to get back here, so it shouldn't be too hard to get it out. We got the truck out, got a little bit of iron out. That dumpster is really, really full now. Hopefully they hurry and come get that. But there's a tiny bit of room in there for some small stuff. So we're gonna go through here. Here's some old stove pieces. I don't know what that says. Front rank, Haynes, Langenberg Manufacturing, St. Louis, Missouri. That's kind of an interesting piece there. I might save that faceplate, but the rest of this is gonna go in the scrap. Then we've got these buildings here. There's not a whole lot of scrap in here. These won't take long. There's a few odds and ends pieces in here. But the roofs are falling in on most of the stuff, so we won't be able to get a whole lot out. One thing I do want to do, though, is climb in here and see if there's anything in that old camper. Oh, man, if I can squeeze in here. It's a tight fit. Oh, man, I just saw that. I did not see that before. That is cool. That's going home with me today. You see what I see? I can squeeze in here. That's probably my favorite thing I've found so far out here. That is too cool. An old banjo steering wheel. I mean, it's pretty rough. All the plastic's falling off of it. Not sure what that's out of. If you know what that symbol is, let me know. But that's a banjo steering wheel. Too cool. And there's another old copper radiator laying down there. I'll have to grab that out of here. I'm kind of glad this camper's here. This camper's probably what saved that steering wheel from getting smashed from this roof. Let's see if there's anything in it. Any skunks? Nope, there's literally nothing in that. Literally nothing. It's too bad that it's crushed like it is. It's kind of a neat old camper. Don't really see anything else in here worth grabbing out. Maybe those three-wheeler parts. We'll see. You never know what you'll find on the farm, but watch this. Put that can up on top. It's like a dinosaur going down in the tar pit. Here in just a second, it'll be gone forever. And there she goes. I don't even know what that is. Some sort of oil of some sort. Nothing I want to mess with. It's going to stay with the farm. And it's gone. Well, I need the skid steer, and my truck's not going to be done for quite a while yet. So I hopped up in the back of his truck. He's going to give me a ride over there so I can get the skid steer. Now you may say, why didn't you just hop in the cab? Wouldn't that make more sense? But in this line of work, what you do is you throw junk in the back of your truck and all your tools sit on your passenger seat. So there's never any room for a passenger when you're in this type of work. That's why someday I'd like to get a crew cab. That way I can leave the back seat for tools and I'll have a passenger seat to give people a ride. This is gonna be a long old drive. This skid steer is not a speed demon. There wasn't much in this trailer house, just a stove and a refrigerator. There's a couple cool old lights in there I want to pull out, and I'll probably grab that swamp cooler off the roof of it, just because that's good, easy, quick stuff. But the trailer house itself is metal siding, but there's more trash than there is siding, so I'm just going to leave it intact. That way they don't have to tear it apart until they have more time for it. It plucked right off of there. Didn't even put up a fight, just came right off. Got this building here. There's one little engine over there, little Wisconsin or something like that. I keep packing just random hunks of iron I can find in this dumpster, and I keep finding little holes in it to pack in. So I'm going to run over there on the other side of this and see if I can get that motor out of there. That door pushed open easy with the loader. I couldn't get it by hand the other day, but with the loader it just pushed right open. Yeah, I got that engine laying right there. I'll grab that out of here. Looks like there's a transfer case and some other stuff in here as well. Maybe I'll run back over here with the skid steer later tomorrow and grab all that out of here. Easy peasy, came right out of there. Now if we can make it back over there to the dumpster without this thing ripping off. And it fell off the forks. Oh almost made it into this driveway, but I hit a bump and it ripped right off. So I picked it up by the exhaust manifold, snapped the carburetor off, but then I was able to snag what was left of the exhaust. Now I'll put it in the dumpster, and I don't really think I'm going to be able to cram much more in there. It is full, overflowing. And it's already going to be the heaviest dumpster I've sent out of this place for sure, maybe ever. It is just clear full of bucket after bucket after bucket of nuts and bolts and heads and cast iron and cranks and bell housings. And, oh man, just all sorts of heavy stuff is in this dumpster. Lots of heavy steel. I'm really curious to see what it weighs. We are loaded up and ready to go home. Got bunches of copper, radiator, all sorts of copper and brass and batteries, some electric motors, aluminum wheel. Got that old steering wheel, this old saw blade we found. So just odds and ends. Mainly stuff I was worried about people stealing. And of course the steering wheel here, that's a really cool piece. I wanted to take it home with me. But I'm gonna head out, go back to the yard and get all this unloaded. Well, I made it out here. I didn't get much done though. I actually didn't get anything done as far as unloading my truck, so I'll have to come back and do that in the morning. I've got to head home now. It's the end of the day. Sun's starting to set. I got some stuff going on tonight. Reason why I didn't get anything done is I kind of had an idea brewing around in my head of something I want to do right here in this area. And I'm pretty sure it'll be a pretty neat idea. I'm sure you guys will enjoy it, but I don't know any details on it yet, so I'll wait for the big reveal till another day. But I've just been sitting in my truck watching YouTube videos of how I need to do everything I want to do and seeing other people's ideas of what they did, and I can't really find any other people's ideas. I've seen one in person once before. I'll give you that much. And I really liked it, and I thought, I can do the same thing out here. So, if you watched my previous vlogs, you may already know what I'm talking about because I have mentioned it at least once before, what I want to do. But if you haven't watched my previous vlogs, then I don't know what to tell you. I guess you'll have to go back and watch them until you figure out what I'm talking about. But I think if I move all these cars out, move them somewhere else, open up this area right here, right over there by that tree would be the perfect spot for it. But I'm gonna let y'all go with that. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun today. Got quite a bit done, really. If you did enjoy it, please leave me a thumbs up. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And remember to get out there and find an adventure. We'll see you next time.